Hello, the internet, and welcome back to. Oh, it's been cancelled. This is cancelled. Just kidding. Everything's been cancelled, folks. But welcome back to the live stream. It is Sunday, the 26th of July, 2020. This is day 26, not surprisingly, of the July program concept. Wow, I said Pro Jam. I just made up a word. I still got this thing going on my tongue, folks. It's very difficult to speak. But this concept of July, every single day live in July on YouTube, not my concept. I want to give props to the man who created the idea, Mr. Danny Black, or the Danny Black. I put his link in the chit chat. I've done this every day this month. I think I missed one day where I neglected to mention Danny Black, but he did come up with this concept. He took the word July, he took the word live and added it to July, butted it together and got July. It's Danny's thing. I want to give props, even though the guy doesn't like me anymore. But there it is. That's his concept. Go and give him the love. You can put "Feel the Gives Love" in the chit chat. Did I even put that up there? I think I put it up there. There's a delay. I'll check it again. I thought I put it in the chit chat. I might not have hit it, but anyway, it's going up there now. Danny Black is the creator of this concept. Folks, I don't know how to begin this stream. I don't know how to... This is absolute bonkers, right? We got a situation here we found ourselves in on this planet where everything's getting cancelled. Everybody gets upset with something. There it is. I put his link up twice. Okay, cool. Go and give him the love twice, 2 times. He needs it. This is ridiculous, right? We have to... I don't even really know why we're doing... Like, it seems so stupid. What we're about to talk about is so ridiculously stupid, and I can't believe it's happened. The sad thing is, this is not just a new thing. This has been going on for quite some time. The idea to cancel or to remove this brand from the market, the brand name, the cheese is going to remain, is definitely a long process that's been going on for quite some time. It's not just 2020 cancel culture. This has been going on for quite a while, but given the climate we're in right now, it's come to a point where it's all happening, and it has happened. And what am I referring to? I'm referring to the Coon cheese brand. So this is a brand of cheese which has existed in Australia since it's as old as me. Like, I grew up eating Coon cheese. Never once considered that cheese to be racist, right? And by the way, folks, if I'm stumbling my words, I bit my tongue hardcore yesterday, and it's still really bugging me. So I might not be delivering the best speech here. Every time I talk, it's painful. It cuts it up again. It's probably should have taken some time off live streaming, but it's July, right? But here we go. I honestly, I don't even know how to begin this. I don't understand how this is offensive to people. It's a fucking name. We're not even long enough into a YouTube stream to swear. This has got me perplexed. This is somebody's family name. The name Coon, Coon, or if you're American, Coon. This is somebody's name. Are we honestly canceling a name because that word has been associated with derogatory racist comments in the past? So somebody took the name or the word Coon and decided at some point, I don't even know where this began, but someone used it as a slur. It'd be like saying, you dog, you filthy dog, right? And then fast forward many years later, and suddenly we've got to stop using the word dog because somebody grabbed it and used it against somebody else, and then it picked up momentum. The word isn't the problem, right? The usage of the word is the problem. But here we are in 2020, where the company who has branded themselves with this forever because it's named after the dude who invented the process, his family name, now they're having to back out. It just is so utterly stupid. And for all the people who were supporting this, you're all fucked. There's better things on the planet Earth to spend your time rallying behind than to ban or to force a company into changing a brand that they've had for many, many years just because you and a bunch of other people find it offensive. There's better things, such as the COVID-19. We should be working on trying to find a cure and working on ridding that from the planet of the Earth, not ridding a brand name which has no... Yeah, look, I'm a little riled up here, right? Because the question is, how far does this go? How far do we take this? What's the end point, right? We forced the brand to change their cheese name from Coon to something else, right? They should just call it pushover cheese, because that's what this is. And I tell you what, they're gonna lose sales. This thing could fall over now, right? Because they're bowing down to the social justice wannabes, right? They're bowing down to it and changing what I can't believe it. I can't believe we're spending this stream even just this is as crazy as flat Earth, right? This concept of changing a brand name because a bunch of people find it offensive is as crazy as saying the Earth is flat. It's absolutely nuts. We're gonna dig into it a little deeper here, but I just want to get this. I want to get this out there clear. If you think the word Coon is offensive, and you think the brand that's established themselves so long as Coon Cheese because they're the founding member, the guy who created the formula, who created the process, his family name was Coon. If you think that's offensive and you supported this change of brand name, then get the fuck out. I do not need you here. I do not want you here. You are the cause of this really strange climate we find ourselves in. You are the problem on this planet right now. You are changing everything that doesn't need you're forcing change upon people which doesn't need to be done. Yeah, it's ridiculous. Can we still call pimples blackheads? I mean, what, right? Are we still allowed to say, I'm going to go and get some rapeseed oil? You can't use that. Surely rapeseed oil is going to have to be changed because it's got the word rape in it. Whoa, you can't be going into the supermarket and saying, I need some rapeseed oil. You're going to put that next to your Coon cheese? You are an offensive... I am offended by you. I'm offended by your existence. This is where it's going. Offended by existence. The sheer fact that you exist offends someone, and therefore they're going to call for you to be cancelled. Now, look, we will dig into it, and I just had to sort of... It's like a washing machine of emotions and thoughts here. I can't speak correctly. This has got me riled. I do want to engage the chit-chat, though, because this is a live stream, right? This is a live stream, and we want to engage the chit-chat. So back up to the top. I began this morning with hello, the internet, and then not the real McCoy. This should be really good. Hey, by the way, tomorrow on the stream... Actually, sorry, the day... In a couple of days, I want to have a look at all of your Wave a Day videos. If you're okay with that, Martin. We're going to do a... I'm not wave a daying, but you are, so we're going to engage that. But tomorrow, Mindy, if you're still... I know you popped in and out, Mindy, but if you're still interested, I'd love to do you on the stream. Whoopsie! Offensive! Cancel him! I'd love to have you on as a guest, the first interview. I've got everything ready to go. But I'll talk Mindy behind the scenes. No. I said, okay, see you in 10. Mindy, I'm going to be in and out of the stream because I'm kind of running around. No worries. Don't run around in circles. Run up and down. Tim, hey Mindy, Tim, good morning, Benon. David, g'day David Pretty Bread all the way from Ireland Town. Hey Tim, Mindy, Benon, and the internet, and Mr. McCoy, there you go. That's a real cheesy thing to say. Shit, Tim. Micah in the house, Micah Fuller. Hello, Micah. Hello, I'm going to give you a cheers. I'm not too sure why. Nobody else got one, but Micah, you got one. Hey, and by the way, while it's here, might as well have a swig. It's only water. It's early in the morning. Don't get offended. Don't cancel the water. It's early in the morning. This is just water. Please, calm your tits. How long until White King Bleach is renamed? Well, I mean, Tim, continue to put these in here. Please continue in the chat with those comments because I want to... I want, in fact, let's bring the chat up right now so we don't ever lose it. I want this to be hard baked in because I feel like in 2 years from now, we may come back and check this very stream and find that White King Bleach has been removed. Keep putting them in, Tim. If you come up with one, put it in the chit chat. The YouTube chat may be removed from YouTube, but this is hard baked into my stream, so this will stay forever. And that's kind of why I do that too, folks. That's why I have this on screen. Sacrificing a little bit of real estate, also because you don't need me full screen all the time because I'm hideous. I'm 44 years of age. You don't want to get that close to me. So I don't mind having a section of my stream dedicated to the chat, just in case they decide to remove the chat. Well, we've got it here forever. But yeah, please go ahead, Tim, with those. Micah, now I know what you're talking about with the cheese. There you go. Okay, you're on board. Arrow Gamer, hello, Arrow. Have been missing after working 8 days in a row. Got to get my Gives a Minute fixed. Thank you, Arrow. Thank you for so much, man. We've been here for the whole month of July. We've been here and we've been on D-Live daily. It's been fun. I tell you what this has done for me, the Julive concept on YouTube. This has given me faith in live streaming on YouTube. I'm not going to lie. I started off thinking, well, very negative thoughts about live on YouTube. As we've moved in every single day, and pretty much once we changed the process to just going, every day at 9 a.m., but also just no time restraints, I found it being a little bit more relaxing, a little bit more rewarding. Prior to that, I was always focused on trying to get the stream to cut off at the right minute and trying to deliver the content within the confines of a certain time package. And now I'm like, well, we just do what we want, right? We just chat, we have a bit of a laugh, bit of a goof, we move around. We've even watched we're going to watch a clip here today. I'm finding it a little bit more relaxing, which is what it should always have been here on YouTube. Why make things difficult? I made things difficult for myself. I'm not going to lie. Folks, my heater's on. I've got to turn the heat off here. It's way too hot in this room. Let me just turn this off. Get that out of there. Way too hot up here, folks. In the live studio. Don't cancel me. Don't cancel me, please. I'm just turning the heat off. Calm down. Back up in the chit chat. David Pretty Bread. Hi, Micah and Arrow. Tim, do we rename or simply bulldoze all of Australia's native black boy trees? Keep it coming, Tim. Black boy trees. The black boy tree. That's gonna have to be renamed, right? It's gonna have to. Let's also be clear about this. The cheese is fine. The name is the offensive thing. So therefore, the black boy plant, and if you're not sure what Timbo is talking about, let me just, oh shit, let me just bring up a window here and show you what Timbo is talking about. Black boy, this could bring up anything, right? Black boy plant, okay, cool. In Australia, we've got this tree here. They're always in the bush, in the wild. These guys, they're called black boys, right? They're literally called black boys. Are we not allowed? I mean, and by the way, why do you think it's called a black boy? It looks like a penis, right? That's probably, I don't know who named it. It's been that way forever. Is it offensive? Probably. There's probably a whole bunch of people that find that extremely offensive. Do we cancel it? Do we change it? Do we change it to straight, spindly plant with a black top? Probably can't even say that, right? Unfucking believable. Do we bulldoze all of them, Tim? That's gone a little too far. Hello, Arrow in Midney area. Everyone's talking in the chat. Good. The original Coon family name were German. Their surname is actually Kun. That's actually okay, but they named their cheese Coon as it's easy to pronounce. That's not what I read. I read that he was an American, or maybe the original family name comes from German, but the guy from the Coon cheese process was American, I thought. It's all out ridiculous, Micah. People are making big deals of stuff just to do it. Can we still call pimples blackheads? Here. Malcolm Lang. G'day, Malcolm. Hello. How you going? I'm going to give you a cheers. I'm all about the... You know why I want to give you a cheers? So I can have a swig of this afterwards, because my tongue... Look, I tell you, right? I bit my tongue. It's painful to speak. Swilling the water around gives you a mild sense of relief. That's not the kind of shit you want to see on a live stream, so cancel me. There, I bit my tongue. Do I deserve to be cancelled? Maybe. What's your last name? Coon. You're definitely cancelled, dude. You're out. You're gone. You're gone. Hey, Gibbs. Cookie. Hello, Hello, Cookie. Good to see you. Sweet. Tim, can I still whitewash my face when painting it? whitewash my fence, right? Right? Can we even have white paint? Can we have white and black? How far are we going to go? Can we even go and buy black paint at Bunnings, at the trade store, right? Can we go and buy white paint? Or do we just call it light tone and dark tone? Right? Oh, you definitely can't call it dark tone. It's just so stupid, right? It's so stupid. So stupid. Whiteout better get ready to change their name. Whiteout, right? Yep, Micah, Whiteout. We call it we've always called that liquid paper in Australia. It's a kind of a strange one, but I know what it is. What about my pack of poker cards? Can I still use the spade card? Spade. I'm not sure what that one is about, Tim. Spade? What's wrong with spade? My cleaning products are all racist. I have a tub of White Lily cleaning paste. Right, there you go. There you go. White Lily. Cancelling is very dumb. Also, hi, Chad. Alexander. Hello, man. How you doing? Better not stand up too quickly, otherwise you may black out. Right? Right. There you go, Tim. Hold some ice on it for a minute and then numb it, Micah. I might have to do that, dude. It's really painful. It's really painful to talk. They're going to change the name Black Boy now. Tim, what will the trade unions do now they cannot blacklist non-union members for working on construction sites? Blacklist, right? We get you get your chart from watching your stocks climb or whatever. Are we going to have to change the black from black to you go in the red or you're in the black? Like this is just stupid. The drink White Russian is definitely cancelled now. A White Russian, yep. That's completely out, right? Sorry, DP. I was way out of line. DP. I'm not sure who DP is. Michael? Sorry. Not the real McCoy. Who's DP? Sorry, DP. Aerogamer. Will Australian Rules Club Collingwood be allowed to keep their colours black and white? Yeah, right? It's just so... It's so comical to think that this is even a thing. Let's have a little look and read about this. This is the brand Coon, right? This is and you probably screenshot this shit because this isn't going to exist pretty soon, right? This is going to all be gone. Our story. A brief history of Coon cheese. Can you see that? Nice. I'll make that bigger. Our Coon cheese brand name recognizes the work of an American, Edward William Coon, who patented a unique ripening process that was used to manufacture the original Coon cheese. Now, this is a very brief history of Coon cheese, but then, as you see here, on the 24th of July, which is only a few days back, they issued a statement. And this is where shit gets depressing. And I'll read it to you. At Sepultura, which is the company that's behind the Coon cheese brand, one of our basic principles as an organization is to treat people with respect and without discrimination. We will not condone behavior that goes against this. Fair point. No one's suggesting you should. As such, we performed a careful and diligent review of a sensitive situation involving one of our brands. We wanted to ensure we listened to all concerns surrounding the Coon, registered trademark, brand name, while also considering comments from consumers who cherish the brand and recognize the origin of its founder, Edward William Coon, which they feel connected to. After thorough consideration, Sepultura has decided to retire the Coon brand name. We are working to develop a new brand name that will honor the brand affinity felt by our valued consumers while aligning with current attitudes and perspectives, right? So they're bowing down to the fuckers, basically. Aligning with current attitudes and perspectives. This is the key words here. We believe we all share in the responsibility to eliminate racism. Even using the word in this statement is comical, I think. In all of its forms. This is bullshit, right? They're in their statement, they're using the word racism. This is nothing at all to do with racism. This is making cheese. Making a cheese using a recipe by a man who had the name Coon before the name was taken and used to derogatively describe a particular race. This part is not racism. Aligning your statement towards racism is in fact giving birth to racism and giving a light on racism. I'm going to read this bit again. We believe we all share in a responsibility to eliminate racism in all its forms, and we feel this is an important step we must take to uphold this commitment. So at that point, Saputo and the Coon cheese brand are basically saying, you fuckers won. We think... The actual statement probably read, we think this is stupid, but we want to continue selling our cheese. So we will do whatever you think we need to do to have our cheese out there for you. They're basically saying we don't give a shit what it's called. We don't really care about Edward William Coon and his history. Let me just take this to another level, right? Let me just take this to another alternate reality. Could you imagine if Daniels, the word Daniels, became offensive? Let's just say it stemmed from an Irish derogatory term against the English, right? Maybe the Irish and the English were arguing. That's never happened before. And the Irish was saying, you just Daniels it. You Daniels it up, didn't you? You Daniels it, you big Daniel. And then you fast forward many years to 2020, and the idea of the word Daniels is offensive. And so therefore, a brand like Brown-Forman, who make Jack Daniels whiskey, have to change their whiskey to something other than Jack Daniels. Now you might say, that's ridiculous. That's exactly what this is. That is exactly what's happening here. They've got a brand that's based off the first person that found the formula, that created it, that made it something special. Happens to be the word Coon. That was not offensive to that man. Not offensive to anyone with that family name. In fact, we're going to have a look at how many Coons are out there, right? And how they feel. So you put it into another perspective with Daniel or Beam, right? Jim Beam. I'm not a big fan of Jim Beam, but imagine if Beam, you beamed it. You beamers, right? Imagine if that was offensive and then Jim Beam had to change their branding. I know you're out there looking at me going, this guy's a nutcase. Coon's offensive. How's it offensive? How is it offensive just because somebody used it? Fucking ridiculous, right? And that's their statement. So they've just gone, we'll walk all over us. We don't really care. We just want to appear like we're appeasing the SJWs. We want to make it look like we are doing the right thing, but all we want to do is sell cheese, which is kind of fair enough. They've never been involved in the racist world before, but now suddenly they're thrown into it, or this is ongoing for quite some time. This is not the first time this has come up for them to change their name, but now they finally bowed to it. They're probably just going, fuck it, man. Look at our cheese sales. They're going down because of all this shit. That's just, who gives a shit about old mate Eddie Williams is dead anyway. Who cares? Let's just change it. We can keep selling the cheese. You know, the cheese, man. Don't forget the cheese. Where'd the cheese go? You know, that's what they're trying to sell. They're trying to sell the cheese. They don't care about the name. But who does care about the name? Possibly all the dudes, this is the white pages here, folks, in Australia, searching for the name Coon, right? This is the family name Coon. Searching for it nationally. How many Coons are there? 35. AJ Coon, AS Coon in Victoria, New South Wales, C. Coon in Victoria, Mrs. C and T. Coon in Hamilton, Victoria, CG Coon in Eltham, Victoria, Mr. CM Coon in Hamilton, Victoria, D. Coon in Sebastopol in Victoria, DM Coon in Strahan, Tasmania, Elaine Coon in Kilmore, Victoria. We'll go to the next page. And you might think, what are you doing this for, man? I'm doing this because the name Coon is a fucking family name. It's not offensive. It's somebody's name. So we're going to go through and we're going to give credit to the Coons out there. Because now these guys are all inadvertently racists. Maybe they got to change their family name too. We got G Coon in Ballarat. We got another G Coon in North Ballarat. Two there. They got two entries there. We got GI and JM Coon in Warnerwood, Victoria. We got GC Coon in Rye, Victoria. We got J Coon in Liberty Grove, New South Wales. We got J Coon in Newington, Victoria. We got K Coon in Mount Gambier, South Australia. K.A. Coon in Bannerbock, Victoria. Mrs. L. Coon in Greensborough in Victoria. L.S. Coon in Stratford, Queensland. We're gonna read all these names out, folks. I'm gonna read every single Coon name in this country because I want you to know that it's not offensive. This is their fucking name. Go and get your cheese. We got M. Coon in Green Point, New South Wales, not far from where I'm from. M. Coon in Maddington, Victoria. M. Coon in Newington, New South Wales. Miss M and J Coon in Wellington, New South Wales. MT Coon in Dubbo, New South Wales. We got N Coon in Brighton, Victoria. P Coon in Brighton, Victoria. PD Coon in Greenpoint, New South Wales. 2 up there in Greenpoint. That's interesting. Mr. R, M and D Coon in Seaton, South Australia. S Coon in Dubbo, New South Wales. And we go to the last page here. Mrs. S Coon in Lansdale, WA, T. Coon in Hammersley, Western Australia, TJ Coon in Yarraville, Victoria, Timothy Coon in Ivanhoe, Victoria, and W. Coon in Chisholm, ACT. Now, are these people racists? Are they offensive? Is the fact that they exist offending somebody, and do they need to be cancelled? Because if you're going to cancel Coon Cheese, you're going to have to go through and cancel all 35 Coon names in this country alone. Not forgetting the fact, as Tim mentioned earlier, the name Coon actually comes from the German Kuhn, and therefore you might have to go back to Germany and cancel all those family names as well. If that's where we're going, which clearly that is where we're going, right? That's where we've gone. That's where we're at. Coon, Sepultura. What are they called again? Sepultura. I'm going to call them Sepultura. Saputo. Let's just call them Sepultura to be funny, but Sepultura, they have definitely decided that they need to stop being racist by using the racist name Coon, and they've now changed it. Well, we don't know what are they going to change it to? Like I said earlier, or I speculated, they're going to change it to pushover cheese, right? Something like that, pushover cheese. Because if they had any balls, they'd come out and say, if I was in marketing at Sepultura cheese. At Sepultura, and in the Coon department, I would say we should change our name and we should call it something utterly ridiculous like "Walk All Over Us Cheese." That shit would sell, right? Literally call it "Walk All Over Us Cheese, you dicks." That stuff would sell because the point is the cheese isn't the problem. The name isn't the problem. The problem is those that want to change the name. So change the name to something like, "When will this end, you fuckwits? Cheese. The world's going mental because of you fuckheads. Cheese. We can't believe we had to do this. Cheese." I got so many, and you could do this so effectively, and your cheese would fly out the door. People would be like, "Yep." Hashtag support. Hashtag cheese, right? Hashtag cheese it is. Or this could be a good thing for Sepultura cheese. Sepultura. They don't care about Mr. Coon because it's no longer owned by the Coon family. Malcolm, it's not even Australian owned anymore. It's owned by Canadians, right? Yeah, and that's clear, right? That's clear. All they want to do is sell the cheese. They couldn't give a shit. But don't forget that the Coon name came from an American. So I believe Saputo is now owned by Canadians, or has been for a long time. Doesn't really matter. But the thing is that they've just bowed down to it. But if they wanted to sell more cheese, they'd flip it around and say, "Fuck, this is the fuck you cheese. This is the fuck you cheese in brackets." Or they should, Coon could stand for something. Can't only, come on, only, otherwise never. I'm thinking off my head here, but let's have a look at how this word has become offensive apparently over the years. So it's a noun, raccoon, and in slang, it's an extremely disparaging and offensive, a contemptuous term used to refer to a black person, a rustic or an undignified person. Now, that's the way that the noun coon has been used over the years, but like I've just illustrated, for all these dudes with this name in Australia, alone in Australia, is that basically saying that they are extremely disparaging and offensive just because they have that name? I don't know. Sepultura is a great band. I know. I'm aware of that. I'm a huge fan. If you're involved in a fist fight, can you still get a black eye? It's now going to be called a compromised eye. Can't be called a black eye. I bitten all the way through my tongue when I was younger. It's terrible, Micah. It's terrible, man. It's completely. Every time I speak, and I'm wound up here because of the nature of the conversation. I'm wound up, and I'm going through. I'm persisting because it's. I'm persisting because it's a worthwhile. I mean, I was going to say it's a worthwhile fight, but I'm not fighting this. I'm just illustrating it. I'm raising it. I'm bringing it out there for the sake of a discussion. And I think the beauty of this is that it is time-stamped. And I genuinely think that this shit will have to flip around at some point. The social justice warriors, everyone's offensive, that crew, this is gonna have to flip, right? They're having their fun right now. They're having their great time. They're marching on the wall, right? I'm watching Game of Thrones right now. They're marching on the wall and they're having a good time. This has to go the other way very soon. And what will happen is it'll swing back, and you'll see all these offensive situations will be flipped over, and it'll be like, well, we're taking back that name because, you know, we bowed down to it in 2020, and people then came back and said that's stupid. This is the reason it's not offensive. And now in 2025 or whatever it is, 2030, whatever it is, be like, yeah, we're claiming all that shit back. So if you don't like it, you can go and live on the space station, or you can go and live on the moon, or and go and live on Mars or whatever. But if you find this offensive, you're not really fit to be here on this planet. Basically, it'll change. It can't go any. Like I said, rapeseed, right? When are they going to ban rapeseed? You could say, dude, that's so stupid. Rapeseed. It's a natural thing occurring. Well, someone named it. It wasn't always called rapeseed. Why is it called rapeseed? Why is that not offensive? Well, it is, right? Someone's going to be offended by it. You're planting the seed of rape. But there you go. You can have that, but you can't have Coon cheese. Get your hand off it. Shyla Rose in the house. G'day, Shyla. Good morning. Tim, I used to use an aluminium coloring liquid called aluminium black. I guess no more. You will not be able to use that. Anything that has the word black in it is offensive. Normally to the white person, right? It's not the blacks that are going, this is offensive. It's the white dudes. It's kind of strange. The irony is that the raccoon is one of the smartest and cleanest animals that exist. There you go, right? Is that? Yeah, okay. And I got to confess, as an Australian, we don't have raccoons in Australia. I never knew that coon was a short form of raccoon. I never knew that. I've never known that until we just read about it. Raccoon, right? Never knew it. Why would it not be rack? Why is it the end of it? The coon. In Australia, we abbreviate everything, right? If we had a raccoon in this country, a raccoon, we would probably call it a rack, not a coon. Coonsy? Cooner? I don't know. We abbreviate. In fact, this is another thing that confuses me. Like, why do people get upset with the term abo? Why is that offensive? There's a bunch of abos over there. Why is that offensive? We literally abbreviate everything in this country. Normally, we take the first 3 letters off the word. Sometimes another letter, maybe 5 letters. We take the first bit of the word. We don't say university every time. We say uni. Where'd you go to uni? We don't say, where did you attend university? We don't do that. Where'd you go to uni? What uni did you go to? Look at those abos. You don't say, look at those aboriginals. People get offended by that. It's just the first few letters of the word. Like any other word we abbreviate. What? I'm going for a surf this arvo. I'm going for a surf this afternoon. We don't want to waste our surfing time by saying the word afternoon when we could just hit the first syllable. I'm going for a surf this arvo. That's not offensive. Like, this arvo is not offensive, yet abo is. You could say, yeah, but it's a slang term for Aboriginal. Yeah, but so is arvo for afternoon, and so is so many other things. But yet, that's offensive. Like, I've never got that. I've been like, I'm not saying anything against those abos. I'm just using the abbreviation like I do with everything else. Yet that's offensive? It's weird, right? It's so strange. It's like, how is that offending you? How is me embracing the Aussie slang, which has been a thing that's made this country so beautiful for so long? How is that offensive? Because one word, when I'm using it to describe a bunch of people, offends you. It is very, very confusing. It's a strange thing to have to teach a young person. You can't say abo. Every time you refer to Aboriginal people, you have to use the full form. Otherwise, you're being offensive. But I'm not trying to be offensive. I'm stating there's a bunch of abos over there. That's not offensive. There's a bunch of Aboriginals over there. That's not offensive. Both of those are not offensive. If you take that as offensive, You probably got to look deeper in it yourself as to why you get offended by that. Very strange. What about if the electricity fails? We have a blackout. Ooh, you can't be having a blackout, right? Shit. I love my big black dark stout beers. We can't be calling them black beers. Shit, no. Oh my goodness. Here in the US, it's turning into an all-out war zone. What about black lingerie? Black lingerie is out. Micah, everything's coming out, right? But it has to swap. It cannot go deeper, or can it? I mean, it looks like it can. I'm being honest. It looks like it can go deeper. If we're getting the brand name Coon cheese changed, it looks like it can go deeper. I just wonder how deep it can go. Like I said, is Daniels going to be an offensive word in 20 years, and then Jack Daniels has to rebrand? I'm just saying, like, you could say, dude, that is absolutely ridiculous. If you had told me this was going to happen in 2020, I would have said the same thing to you back in 1990, right? The black sheep of the family, that's saying. TKK, hello TKK. Looks like a Baba black sheep is gone too. Yep, Baba black sheep, have you any wool? Yeah, that's gone. How about place names? We'll have to rename Kuna Barbaran. Yep. Yeah, I mean, you cannot get a black belt in karate anymore. Goon bag, the goon bag. That's definitely going to be gone, Charlotte, for sure. Wow. Yeah, I didn't think about that. The goon bag, one of Australia's most iconic items. The goon bag. Gotta be gone, right? You should stash up on You should stock up. That hurt. You should stock up on goon bags because they'll be you should stock up on Coon goon bags. Do they even exist? I don't know, but someone should brand them. Folks, we do have a news report here on this very subject. This is from 7 News, and look, even they've understood that this is ridiculous. They put the word racist in inverted commas because they know how stupid this is, right? Let's take a look and see what they've said about this.
It's been on our shelves since the 1930s, but now the name Coon cheese is about to disappear, labelled as racist. As Chris Marr reports, the cheesemaker says times have changed.
Well, there's been a long-standing argument over the appropriateness of the name Coon cheese, but it seems that the product is about to be rebranded, with its makers saying bringing it into line with current public attitudes and perspectives. The popular Australian cheese product, owned by a Canadian company, has been a dairy mainstay in Australian supermarket shelves, but the name has been labelled racist with its deeply offensive impact when used to describe people of colour. The cheese company has argued, though, that Coon is named after a former American cheesemaker. That has been in dispute, but after more campaigning...
That's in dispute now? So the social justice wannabes are now trying to rewrite the history of this company. Well, okay.
Against the name in the wake of the recent Black Lives Matter protests, it's now seen a change of heart, with the manufacturer announcing it's working on a new brand, a move welcomed by campaigners.
Well, let's read this letter out.
It's working on a new brand, a move welcomed by...
Oh, that's just the press release. Yeah, that's just the press release.
By campaigners.
Have made a decision to retire the brand, and they said that they will now search for another brand name. I'm over the moon. As I said, I've been campaigning for several decades.
Coon's
This is someone who found that offensive. Let's watch what he says again.
on a new brand, a move welcomed by campaigners.
Have made a decision to retire the brand, and they said that they will now search for another brand name. I'm over the moon.
This guy's spent a lot of his time trying to get this to happen. What do you think goes through this gentleman's mind? He knows where this has come from. He knows the branding. He knows the history of this company, and he's successfully campaigned to have them change it. How do you think he feels now? I think he'd feel, if I was that man, I'd be like, well, what's next? We won that one. What else can we change here? Charlotte Rose, I'm offended by everyone being offended. Me too.
As I said, I've been campaigning for several decades.
For several decades, this guy has been campaigning for several decades to get a company to change their branding because he finds it offensive when the branding is after a family name. I can't. Someone should slap that guy around a bunch and say, dude, go and spend your time focusing on other things. This is not important. This is nothing. This is not your fight to be fighting. This is nothing. You're trying to align this as a racist company. Fuck.
Coon's makers say whatever new brand name they come up with, it will be in line with customers' expectations.
Customers' expectations. Customers' expectations. How do the Coon family feel here? Coons? Hey, you Coons. You Coons out there in Australia, how do you feel about this? Roulette tables, you can't bet on black. I bet you can't anymore. It'll be like a neutral grey or something, right? It's just I just want to live in a world where this shit is not important, right? I just want to be. I mean, this is interesting discussing it, and it's a kind of a good conversation to have. But do we really need this right now in the whole scope of the planet? Do we really need to worry about this shit? Like, what about a class action lawsuit from all the Coon families in Australia? There's 35 of them, right? They could easily spark up a class action lawsuit here and say, well, we find this ridiculously offensive to our family name, to our forefathers from the Americans all the way through to the Germans. This is you're painting our family name as racist. All 30 dudes. I'm no lawyer, but if you want me to represent the 35 Coon families in Australia, I will. Luckily we no longer use blackboards in school. Hang on, we now use whiteboards. We're gonna have to go back to the green board. Remember the green board, Tim? I'm glad we no longer have black and white TVs. Whoops, we now have color TVs. All they want is attention, Micah. Yeah. I mean, do they? Or this guy's been trying to do this for decades, he said. He said he's been campaigning for this for decades. For decades. This guy spent... A decade is 10 years, so decades would be two lots, 20 years, right? At a minimum, that's 20 years. I spent my last 20 years growing up. This guy spent his last 20 years trying to campaign for Coon cheese to be rebranded. Right? Just say those words again to yourself. What have you spent your last 20 years doing? This guy spent those 20 years campaigning to get Coon, the cheese brand, to rename because he's offended by the word Coon. Is he going to go and door knock on every single family in Australia, all those 35 Coons, and say, hey, just want you to know that we won, but you're okay, your family, I mean, what would he do? What would this guy do? What was his name again? Stephen Harrington? What was his name? This guy here. What's his name? Dr. Stephen someone, I think. Yeah, Dr. Stephen Hagen. What would Dr. Stephen Hagen do if he had to go out and now put his money where his mouth is, right? Put 2 decades worth of work, go up onto these, go to door knock every single Coon family in the country and say, hey, just letting you know, in case you weren't aware, we, including me as one of the campaign leaders, we campaigned against your name. Your name is racist to me and to all of my campaign fellow comrades. We find it offensive that you are named Coon, and we have now successfully removed your name from the brand of cheese, which you probably have in your fridge right now. I just want you to know that, I want you to know that it's not against you as a person, but it's against your whole family and your history. So here we have a black man from a appreciated, let's just say, class of people in this country who's now saying, well, we all think that your name is offensive. And it's because people from the white population have used that name to slander us. And so therefore, you and all of the rest of you Coons, literally, are offensive, and we're doing what we can to eradicate you. Starting off with the biggest, Coon Cheese. We've done that. We've successfully had them change their name. Now I'm door knocking every single coon in the country to have you guys also change your name. Now I know this could be difficult for you to understand, but your family is inherently racist because you have the Coon name on your family name. So I know you've lived it the whole life as a coon, and so as your grandfathers and your ancestors, but it's racist, and so you're going to have to change it. Now, what can you change it to? Well, anything that's not offensive yet. Now, I can't guarantee that whatever you choose may not be offensive in 15 years from now, in 20 years from now, maybe in 5 years from now, right? Whatever you choose may be offensive if enough people rally behind it and say, yeah, that is offensive. And, there could be campaigns coming up. Let's just say you choose the family name Glass. Well, who knows? In 20 years from now, that could be so offensive that we'll be knocking on your door explaining how you got to change it, right? Because you're an offensive, racist family simply because you have the name Coon. I know there's people out there that watch this and go, this guy's a nut. Well, that's exactly what's happened right now. That is literally what has happened. You think I'm the nut? We all are in this together, folks. We're all on this planet together. There's nuts out there that are pursuing this shit. Case in point, Dr. Stephen Hagen spent 20 years campaigning to get this removed. No blackbirds, no blackfish, no black dog. Led Zeppelin have to change that song name. That song's got to be offensive, right? Holy shit, man. Let's hashtag cancel Led Zepp. I'm offended by his hair. Get rid of it. Well, yeah, he's in between black and white there, so he's all right. He's okay there. Charlotte Rose says, it's like since COVID and lockdown, people have thought about all the petty things to be offended by. I wish that was the case, Charlotte, but it's not. As we've seen, this guy spent the last 2 decades, unless he's been, on and off with different campaigns, and this one's been the top. But I don't know. This guy seems to have a lot of time to slander a family name. That's essentially what's going on here. Micah says you can't bet on red either because that's an Native American and that's racist too, right? You guys have the Reds, right? Like, what? Oh yeah, there was the baseball team or football team, Redskins, Red Sox as well, right? They're all Redskins definitely would be. Is the Redskin? You remember the hard candy, the Redskin? Does that still exist? Probably not. Redskins will always be Redskins. I don't care what they say. Right, but there you go, TKK. Oh yeah, right. Those. I probably could do with one of those now to help my tongue a little. No more old metalsmithing as a blacksmith is out. Blacksmiths are out. Can't use green boards either. The Grinch will get offended. Shit. Santa can't dress in red because that's too close to the Redskin. Dr. Stephen Hagen, this guy needs to get laid. Charlotte Rose. What fun can we have if we can't blackmail people? Right, Tim. Thank you, man. Thank you. You're good, Tim. You're good. No more black snakes or brown snakes? Well, that's a positive, right? Get the black snake out of the country. They're offensive. We're going to have to fill in rivers and swamps to eradicate black water. Shit. What about the industrial parts and material supplier in Australia? Blackwoods? Right. All militaries, this is Micah speaking, will have to cancel all Black Ops missions now? Right. Fade to Black, the Metallica song, that's out. There's a tree known as a black butt. Changing its name is going to be an ass. Tim. I really wish we had someone in here that was sticking up for this. I would love to have someone in the chat now saying it's offensive because of this. By the way, if you are watching this replay, you happen to come across this stream and you are in support of changing the Coon cheese brand, please put a comment in the chat in the comments field. And also, if you've got any balls and you think you want to discuss this in person, I'll happily have you on as an interview guest. If you are genuinely offended by the name Coon, and you agree with Dr. Stephen Hagen here, and you're supportive of this campaign to remove the Coon brand, and you got balls, I would love to have you as an interview. I'll put you on the big screen. We'll set up an interview. If you want to just mouth off in the comments, that's kind of cool too, because that just shows that you don't have any balls. But if you want to mouth off in the comments and you've got something to say and you want to come on for an interview, I'll happily have you on as a guest. If you want that. If you just want to mouth off and You want to shove your gob full of cheese that's not named Coon? Go right ahead. It sounds ridiculous, this is the real McCoy speaking, to us Caucasians descent, but perhaps to Aboriginal people who've been called Coon as an insult their whole lives, it makes sense. Okay, there we go. So, not the real McCoy. It sounds ridiculous to us Caucasian descent, but perhaps to Aboriginal people who have been called Coon as an insult their whole life, it makes sense. That's exactly what it feels like to them. That's exactly how they're offended, right? They're offended because someone's used that word as a slander. The thing is, and this is what I'm trying to illustrate, it's not the word. If it is the word, then we have to eradicate all 35 Coons from the white pages here. There's people. This is a family name, right? This is not This should never have become a word that's offensive to people. So if the problem is the word, if the problem is not the word, it's the way it's being used, then you need to look at yourself, how you receive that word. It's like the kid in the schoolyard yelling at you and abusing you. If you take that on board, you're like when I was a kid, right? I got called beanpole. I was so thin and scrawny. It's like, beanpole, you're such a, I don't even want to repeat what they used to call me, but if I took that on, I'm the one with the issue. The person saying it, they're always going to be dickheads. But the actual word beanpole isn't offensive. The Beatles' White Album? Yep. The entire Metallica Black Album? Also cancelled. Charlotte Rose. If I'm offended for being white and being called privileged. Yep. Okay, I work for everything I have. You were born privileged is what they will say there, Charlotte Rose. Now look, I guess we're not trying to have the argument about who's privileged and who's not, who's white versus black. What I'm trying to do here is illustrate the point that the word coon is not offensive. The name Coon should never be offensive, should never be associated with racism, but yet here we have a major manufacturer using the word racism in their press release. So they're basically linking their brand with racism. Nobody else was, except for the fools out here, such as your Stephen Hagen. These people that have campaigned to remove it, they're the ones that have made this racist, not the cheese brand. But they've bowed down to it because they want to sell more cheese. Micah, exactly, Charlotte. We're so privileged because we did what we were supposed to by getting education and jobs. Let's keep this kind of, I mean, we don't want to have the who's better off and who's worse off discussion here on this stream. Not something that I want to do today, but we can discuss that if you wanted to another time. But that's kind of not the point of this discussion. Why allowed are they to say the N-word in rap songs? I mean, I agree with that question, Charlotte. And Angus in the house. G'day, Angus. How you going, buddy? Why are certain people allowed to use the N-word but others aren't? I get that. I'm perplexed by that too. Like, we've given a lot of value to certain words, right? And only certain people can use them. That in itself is inherently racist. You can use that word, but you can't. That's splitting straight down the middle. That's like saying you guys are okay to use it because you've got an association with that word. You guys are not allowed to use it because your association with that word is negative. Right? You could then argue that only black people can use the word coon. White people can't. So you have to have a coon card. Whenever you go and buy coon cheese, you can buy it if you're black. If you're white, you can't. It's like the black people can use the word N. I can't even say the word here, right? Don't start me, Charlotte, because that's not the point of this discussion. But that is a funny world we live in, folks, where coon cheese. I tell you what you should do. You should go and stock up on coon cheese. This stuff, 20 years from now, if you've got a packet of coon cheese unopened, you might be able to flog that off on eBay to some sucker out there. Maybe the Coon family will buy it all. All right, we'll keep it to what's ridiculous that people see as racist. Yeah, will caterpillars still make cocoons? Jesus, I just don't want to. I don't want to take away from the severity of what this is. The severity of this is that a family name is basically being named racist. The whole family, and like I said, we did it. We did the search here, folks. We read them out. There's 35 Coon family names in Australia. This is the whitepages.com.au. We've searched it. We read out every single one of their names. How do they feel about this? How do the 35 Coons, that's the third page there. Go to the first page. How do they feel? 35 results nationally. Whoops. How does the Coon family feel? right? If Australia was a litigious state like America, I'm sure we would see a class action lawsuit from all 35 of them saying, well, you know what? You guys have had your fun. You've removed the cheese brand. That's our family name that you've been offending. So now we're offended. And in a weird way, I would support that, even though it kind of goes against the grain here, where the idea of being offended by everything is the problem in the first place. But at the point of a retaliation, it's like, you know, when one kingdom starts sending out warriors to fight, you either send your warriors out to meet them to fight, or you let them walk all over you, right? I'm watching Game of Thrones lately, and that's kind of what I'm seeing here. I'm seeing
Money's too tight for steak.
Steak.
Cut of meat, 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 cut of meat.
Thank you, Charlotte Rose, for the $8 super chat there with this cut of meat, cut of meat, cut of. The last one she hit was cut of meat. Had a little bit of a rhyme to it. Thank you, Charlotte. Cheers. Appreciate you. Best to ban Trump as he is a business tycoon. Ooh. Okay. Trump will say he's a mogul. Isn't a mogul something like an animal? Isn't that an offensive animal as well? Like a raccoon? The pack will be worth dollars later on for sure. I have an unopened box of Aunt Jemima pancakes mixed too. I'm saving. There you go. Yeah. Yeah, right. I'll tell you what, folks. What we should do here, now, for those regulars, you're going to be like, all right, time for me to go. We've had a great discussion. We've dug deep. We've learnt. We've questioned. We've associated things together. We've drawn conclusions. We've come to a part of the planet where we now all exist under this banner of everything's offensive. What else is offensive? To your ears, this may be extremely offensive, okay? This could offend the shit out of you. I made an album. It's called The Armageddon. This video explains how you can get it for free.
Welcome back to the, no, not a slightly random daily song at all. This is not slightly random, and this is not a song. This is a video to explain to you The Armageddon and how you can get your own copy of The Armageddon. Now, what's The Armageddon? It's my latest release. You know, I've been talking about the music I make under the moniker of That's Well, we've been discussing the latest recording. It's been taking place for the last little while. I'm happy to announce that today is release day, July 1, 2020. Why have I chosen the date July 1st for the release here? No reason except that everything kind of moved towards that being the end point of the recording process. And I figured for the whole month of July, I could promote this album, getting it into your hands. I want to give it to you for free. That's the thing. I want to give you the album for free. So as of today, and right through the whole month of July, there will be a link that I'll make clear to you either in the description here or in the chat. This is the link for you to go to and to nab the album for free, completely for free. You can download those MP3s and go to town. But the reason I want to talk to you more in detail about that is because I also want you to be able to get your hands on a hard copy if you want it. Now, you may not want this. You may just want the songs, and that's cool. But if you do want a hard copy of the album, you're gonna have to buy it, and it's not like you're buying it off a shelf. I'm only gonna print the amount that people order. So from July 1, let's say through to July 30, right? That's the whole month. That's the order process. So if you put your order in anytime in July, that means you are getting a hard copy of the album, but it hasn't been made yet. At the end of July, I will snap that process off, and if you've ordered, we'll go on and get those printed, and then I'll ship them to you. Now, the cost will be very, very negligible. I'm not looking to make money here. I'm not a musician. I'm a live streamer. I create content. I enjoy making music, but that's not the point of this. The point of it is to have a bit of a laugh. The only reason I want to do the hard copy is because last time with the second umming, so many people wanted a hard copy and I only had 20 made. So this time I'm not making them until I know how many are wanted. So if you do want to nab a hard copy, go to that link do all the things there. While you're there, grab the download. This here is not the album. This is mocked artwork. This is the cover of the album, but that is not the actual album. On the album, there are a bunch of songs.
There was a time when I tried to explain. It was very blunt, but on the right track. I smoked him hard after a bottle of Jack. And what I said I would never take back. But he took it the way that a schoolboy would.
Without going too deep into the details, I recorded everything. Guitars, bass, lead guitar, rhythm guitar, vocals. You know Duncan, Buzz Kingo. On certain tracks, he came down here and helped out, added his little bit to it as well. That's all listed on the liner notes in the artwork. Another reason why you'd want to get a hard copy. Having Duncan down here to help out with the music was so rad. It was so much fun. But he's not the only guest to appear on the album. Out here in the ocean, one day I was surfing with a South African guy who was holidaying in the next door house. And after a bit of chit-chatting, we got hanging out. And he kind of said, oh, just curiously, do you happen to have an instrument? I mean, I've been missing the guitar. I play a bit of guitar. He came in, we had a jam, we wrote a song. It's on the album. That all came from surfing right here, just random surfing with a stranger.
It's looking for the dream. Today we're gonna feel like never before. Number 3, tomorrow the same.
Also featured on the album is the handiwork of Lachlan Sheehan. Now Lachlan is the sound engineer with Tracer. He did a beautiful, beautiful job at polishing a turd. He didn't just polish a turd, he rubbed that thing until it shone like Jupiter in all of its glory. Does Jupiter shine? I don't know, but whatever Lachlan did, he made this stuff way better than what it was. Lockie, dude, thank you so much, man. Go and have a listen to this and tell me this doesn't sound audibly, sonically insane. Lockie, yeah! There's also a few cover songs in here. Now, you guys wanted me to do 4 Non-Blondes, so I did that. That's in there.
Sometimes when I'm lying in bed just to get it all out, what's in my head, and I'm feeling a little peculiar. And so I wake in the
There's also a Pink Floyd cover. There's also an Omnis cover, right? I covered one of my own songs. The rest of that stuff is brand new material for you to enjoy. But that's not all. You know me and music. My favorite band is Ween. I love the band Ween. And so to make this release even more special, I recorded 20 covers of Ween songs, and it's on this album here. The point of me showing you that is, that's also for you as part of this package. When you download the album, The Armageddon, you get this as a bonus free disc. And if you order a hard copy of The Armageddon, you also get a hard copy of 10 more songs by Ween.
I don't know where you're coming from, but I wish you'd go away. And I don't know where you get your money from, but I wish I didn't have to be the one to pay. And I'm not sure how to say.
I've chosen to call it 10 more songs by Ween, but put 20 songs on there to be a little bit silly. But anyway, that's there for you as well. And I'll also throw in some Gives a Minute stickers for those hard copy orders. If you order a hard copy, you'll get some stickers. You'll get 3 things. You'll get the Armageddon, you'll get 10 more songs by Ween, you get a bunch of Gives a Minute stickers. I might even write a handwritten note on there for you as well. But you have to do it between now, July 1, and July 30. After July 30, there will be no more orders. Whatever it is, the number that we have, the amount, is what we go on order. There'll be about a month delay between when they get manufactured and when I can ship them to you. So if you order any time between now and the end of July, I would expect you to receive your copy of the Armageddon in September. That'd be the earliest. I'd say August will be the production, then there'll be the mail out. I reckon September you'd get it. That's why there's the download link to grab the music right now if you want it. Don't come to me after July and say, I want the album, man. You won't be able to get it. You'll have to go to Spotify's and Apple Music and all that place to buy it. This is the 1 month of opportunity. It's July, the opportunity month. Is that enough promo? I don't know about doing promo for my own music. There it is. I promoted my own music. Now look, while I sit down and take a listen to both the Armageddon and 10 more songs by Ween, you guys can go back to the live stream. This is not a Slightly Random Daily song. Just go back to the live stream. I'll see you there.
Shit! Oh, shit. Sorry, you caught me being racist. Just enjoying some racist cheese there, folks. There you go. Speaking of offensive, the Armageddon may offend you. It's in the chit chat there if you want to go and download it for free. I wouldn't mind a little bit more of that racism. Coon it up, folks. I don't normally eat on a live stream, but fuck it. Today I want to be as racist as possible. Coon. I'm sorry, is this offensive to you? Well, get your hand off it. Hear these racist chews. That's racism. This is offensive. It's difficult being this offensive. I know, it's a hard thing to be as offensive as I can be right now. Swallow all that racism. Enjoy it, right? Wash it down with a bit of racist water. I mean, this could be offensive to somebody, right? Oh, it's good to be as racist as possible just by eating cheese. Hello, what a world we live in. Jesus, right? Right. I have a Carolina Reaper cheese and it almost killed me last night. Well, there you go. The cheese comes back and it's going to bite you, right? Folks, are we cool to wrap this stream up? Are we cool to wrap this up? We made the point here. The world's nuts, right? I don't think there's anything else to add here. Is there? If you got anything else you want to add, by all means, go ahead. Otherwise, we'll wrap this thing up. That was actually quite tasty. Sorry, Stephen, just offended you by eating that cheese, my friend. Now that you've succeeded in your campaign, though, what are you going to do for the next 20 years? Forgot about the Black Russian. Well, yeah, we got the White Russian. That's the only Russian we need, isn't it? Tim, you offensive. Laugh my ass off, Micah. Charlotte Rose with the Skullses or a black and tan. Love a black and tan. Shoe polish has got to be out, right? Why would we polish our shoes? I mean, that's offensive to somebody. Wrap it up. Yeah, I'd say wrap it up, folks. I mean, this is nuts, right? This is completely nuts. Tomorrow, I'm going to talk to Mindy off stream here, and tomorrow we're going to do a test, right? We're going to do it on the stream. We're going to set it up on the stream and see if we can do do an interview for the first time on the Gives a Minute YouTube stream. Go and make a racist toast, a racist toasty. Yeah, well, depending on the cheese you use, you could be offending somebody at that point by by burning the bread. That's racism. You're burning the freaking bread. Hey, folks, thanks for a wonderful stream. Thanks for discussing this with me. Thank you, Charlotte Rose, for the super chat. Thank you for the conversation here. I can hear the outro music rolling right now. Go and offend somebody. It's not hard to do, right? Just exist. That'll offend them. Cheers.